Let me see if y'all remember this. Some of y'all won't. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. Ones we can depend on. Friends. Before we go any further, let's be friends. Oh my gosh. If you don't remember that song, you might be in the wrong place. I don't know. But some of y'all holy rollers and y'all wasn't into the hip hop scene, including my husband. Like a lot of old hip hop, like he's just in his 30s and 40s learning and meeting these people. Okay, like Kev on stage, how in the world he got to be 30 years old and didn't know anything about Anita Baker. I don't know. He still gets clowned on the internet for that. And y'all know Kev on stage is my favorite comedian. So anyway, hey beautiful, welcome to my channel. I hope that we're friends. Before we go any further, let's be friends. That's what we're going to talk about today. Friends, friends, friends. So I want to tell y'all a little bit because I was bragging on God and excited, but also a little bit in awe, thinking about my friends and thinking what God has done for me. Y'all, in my 40s, hello, somebody. Look, by the time you see this video, it is at least my birthday month, okay? Depending on if you see this on down the road, then we have already celebrated what's going to be my 46th birthday. Oh my gosh. So God has just shown himself mighty and strong in yet another area of my life in my 40s. And it made me realize, you know what? This is a myth. And so this video is going to be a myth buster. This unsolicited advice from your sis is you can make friends as an adult. You can make friends as a grown person, as a older person. If you're an elder, millennial, as they like to call us, I don't use that M word. I'll be an X-ennial, okay? So you can consider me the younger part of the generation X, okay? You understand? Because it can happen. It does happen. My life is proof. Let me tell you, case in point. So, I have talked about the NASDAQ Sister Circle program before. I got some good takeaways from that program that I don't know if NASDAQ even actually knows. And because I'm a conspiracy theorist, I don't think that they even planned for it. The stuff that they planned for, as far as I'm concerned, was lackluster. But the major takeaway that I got some lifelong connections with good girlfriends from that good group. Girlfriends who happen to be in business, girlfriends who happen to be chartering new territory along with me. So let me tell you a little bit about this program. So what happened to me in the program, I should say. So in the program, we met weekly. Once was on Zoom and the other was kind of, in chat groups or whatever. So the video portion of our meetings were every other week. And so we're on the Zoom. And so as you know, you see all of these squares and you see all these faces, beautiful, beautiful faces in these squares. And you look and you wonder, what does this all mean? And is this going to mean anything down the road? And so there was one lady who was standing out to me. And at first, if I'm honest, it wasn't for good reasons. I was just like, this is a very talkative person. I was like, every time the our lead facilitator has something to say, this person has something. I was like, this person sure has a lot of questions. And then I kind of became inquisitive. It's like, Now, let me talk to the believers. As believers, as those who are leaning into obedience to the Holy Spirit, we know that's called God highlighting someone to us. It's just like even when you're in the store and just like every fifth aisle, the same person. It's just like every 5 minutes, I'm running into this same person. For me, that means I'm going to smile at them a little more. I'm going to say a prayer in my mind for them. I may even strike up a conversation like, hey, see you again. Hey, how you doing? And so in this Zoom, I was like, it's something about this person. And let me be very honest. I said, God, I don't know what it is about this chick. I'm going to say a prayer for her. But I even told the Lord, I was just like, I don't need no new friends. I don't know if I said it exactly like that, but in other words, I was saying to him, God, I'm not interested in building a new relationship with nobody. And I hope that that's not what you're trying to do. That's what I said to the Lord. But let me tell you why. It's a myth that we don't easily make friends as adults, that we can't make friends as adults. And then a further myth also is that women can't be friends, that we're so busy being catty, competitive, trying to look the best, trying to get a man, and that we won't be friends with each other. All of that is a lie. It is a lie. And so, in this NASDAQ program, in this Milestone Sisters Circle, in these Zoom meetings, I know that it's something about this one particular girl. And so, I was podcasting very regularly at the time. And so I knew that this was one person that I was going to follow up with, that I wanted to exchange information with. And so I reached out to certain people that I wanted on the show. I just said, hey, would you be interested in sharing email and phone number? Let's talk about some things. And I have a show. And so when it came time for this particular young lady, the more we talked, it was just like, no, this isn't about the show. Well, fast forward, long story short, this has become one of my best girlfriends, y'all. When I tell you, we talk probably every other day. And as far as texting and messaging each other, several times a week. This has been a most authentic, most transparent relationship. When something good happens to me in my life, one of the first people that I want to tell, outside of my husband and my sister, is this lady who I have only known for 2 years now. Did you hear me say that I'm 45? Depending on when you watch this video, 46 years old. God did it. I resisted it, and he did it anyway. But guess what? The good news is God knows what you need. The good news is if you're open to it, he will give you that, whether you want it or not. If you just say, God, I'm open. I don't think I want that, but I'm open to whatever you want to do. He is going to supply all of your needs according to his riches and glory. Is that not the Bible? Is that not the Bible? So that's not just money. You need to be rich in friends. You need to be rich in community. You need to be rich in people that will give you godly, wise counsel, that will pray for you, that will encourage you. People that have resources. Like, go to this website. Have you thought about this program? Oh, I have a girlfriend that does that. Y'all, when I tell you, this person who was once a square on my screen, who I was once talking to God about, why is she always popping up on my screen? It's because God envisioned this. And so I'm so grateful. So literally, I've invited her to conferences that I've hosted. She's invited me to conferences that she's co-hosted and been a part of. I've been in her home, eating her food. She's eaten my food. It has been amazing in this 40 plus category. So I want to talk to someone that's 20 years old that is closing themselves off, saying, no, these girls are just gutter. They scamming, they doing this. I don't want to do that. Closing yourself off. I want to talk to someone that's 30 and said, that's a young people's game. I'm out of it. I'm not even ready to put myself out there or deal with anybody else. I want to talk to a 40-year-old who has said, I don't need that. Listen, yes, you do. I want to challenge you that you don't know all of what you need, but you know who does? God. So stay open to his process. Let him highlight someone for you. Be willing to exchange that information, to share and care and build a beautiful life. And listen, you can't see because of the angle of this camera, but this shirt that I have on, it says unmistakably made. You know who designed this shirt? my friend, not the friend that I've been talking about during this video, but my good sister and my friend who, guess what, trusted me enough to coach her, trusted me enough to walk her through the process of getting her book published. And that's how she launched her business, Unmistakably Made. So y'all, when we allow God to highlight these people for us, we'll have friendships that are unmistakably made, bonds that are unmistakably made, and we'll have someone to walk through these next chapters of our life in a way that is unmistakably made. Okay? Take that, tuck that in your heart, and stay open to what God has for you. Okay? Until next time, love you for real. Don't forget, y'all, please like, comment, subscribe. If you love this, let me know. If you don't love it so much, let me know. If it's stuff that you want to hear more of, let me know. If this blessed your life, let me know. Hop in the comments. And as always, share this with your good sis. Share this with your bro. And we'll get back to you real soon. Until next time, holla.